Hello. You've asked me about my job, and I am so pleased to have the opportunity to share a little bit today about being a family and consumer sciences educator, because I am one. So I started out my career, my first degree is in family and consumer sciences education, and I started out my career with the Extension Service as an educator for both youth and adults. So I think it's a great career option. And it takes a special kind of person, and so let's kind of talk about the characteristics. It would be that if you are really nurturing, if you enjoy working with other people, if you really are very patient, you have to enjoy flexibility, you have to enjoy being creative with your work, and you have to be really well organized. I would say probably self-motivated too, because there probably won't be anybody standing over your shoulder telling you exactly what you need to do, but you need to understand that it comes from within, and that you judge the audience around you and pick up on what they need in order to have the content that you're trying to get across. So if you choose Family and Consumer Sciences Education, will there be a job open? And that is definitely the case. We have a real shortage of educators in our field. I've heard as many as 10 position openings for every graduate in Family and Consumer Sciences Education. So particularly if you're flexible in where you go, you will find that it is a great field. You really have the opportunity to work with both youth and adults in many different practice settings with an education degree. I mentioned the strong employment possibilities. You will start with a professional level salary, and also presumably have good benefits and that retirement plan, which may not really seem so important right now, but you'll learn later on how valuable that is in securing your financial future down the road. Particularly if you work in a school setting, you would have the benefit of extended holiday vacations as well as summers off. It really provides you, education provides you a lot of opportunity, not ironically, for continual education and to be provided with professional development experiences to really keep you up to date with your skills and keep you sharp with the research-based knowledge that's so important to our field. And really, most importantly, you have a chance to impact lives, to help others learn the essential life skills that we know are so important in today's society, as well as to really get their start in a career in family and consumer sciences content area. There are lots of different practice settings that you can use your family and consumer sciences degree in, whether it be the school setting, both at middle and high school, or go on to teach at a career and technical center, education center, or community college, and then a college or university, and even graduate schools. So you can use your education degree in all of those different formal settings. I would also mention the Extension Service, and that would be a community setting. And business and industry hire educators too, because they think it's important for their companies to be very conducive to people using their products and knowing how their products are best leveraged in again, today's society. So what kind of content will you teach? Of course, we have a variety of content, and maybe you'll be in a position where you really touch in a sort of a small way on all of it. So we would call that broad field family and consumer sciences education. But you may get into more of the content specifics like personal and family finance. There's early childhood education. We have culinary arts is extensive in many of our areas. Nutrition and wellness that we have now realized, or the world has realized, is so very important in addressing childhood obesity and many of the other ills of our society. Housing and interior design, whether it really be within a home. Again, some really fascinating research has come out on homes that are really designed to assist maybe children that have autism and really help them with their coping skills. Parenting education and human development, and how to most effectively leverage skills and information to do that well. And then textiles, apparel, and fashion is a big part of our content area. So now, where can you get a degree in Family and Consumer Sciences education? So there is an interactive map. I'll show you in just a minute sort of our website and where to get that. But it lists all the different programs that we have in Family and Consumer Sciences education. I do feel like when you visit colleges and universities as part of your sort of graduating, approaching graduation from high school, you will feel very comfortable in the Family and Consumer Sciences departments and colleges. Oftentimes they're really known for how welcoming they are, how personal they are in giving you attention to meet your needs and your interests. But I think you'll also be very excited and inspired, you know, with your degree in the field. This is what you can do, and this is the positive impact that you can have on others. So here I mentioned a little bit about the URL, and it is www.afcs.org/sayyes2fcs.asp. I have said yes to FCS, and I hope you do too. I'm Carolyn Jackson, Chief Executive Officer of the American Association of Family and Consumer Sciences.